When I found these tiny starburst forks in a storage unit, I could not help imagining the life they had before they landed there. But the clues are real. 8 small stainless forks, a mid-century atomic-style starburst on the handle, and the mark, Oneida Community Stainless. So let us imagine fork number 3 being born in a very serious factory, surrounded by grown adults who somehow agreed that the world needed a tiny fork with space-age confidence. First came the stainless blank. Then the handle was shaped, polished, stamped, and given that little burst of stars, like it was planning to spear a shrimp and then apply to NASA. Oneida was a major American flatware name, and after World War II, stainless tableware became a practical modern kitchen dream. It did not need constant polishing. It looked sleek. It said, yes, we have guests, and no, they may not touch the olives with their fingers. Our imaginary first owner was absolutely that person. She had a relish tray. She had shrimp cocktail. She had cheese cubes lined up like tiny suburban apartment buildings. She had deviled eggs under surveillance. And she had 8 matching little forks, because if you are going to serve appetizers, you might as well give everyone a miniature trident. That is the funny thing about cocktail and seafood forks. They are small, but they come from a world where the table had rules. Seafood forks, oyster forks, fruit forks, pastry forks. At some point, dinner looked less like a meal and more like a hardware store for manners. Fork number 3 had range. In the 1960s, it may have lifted shrimp from a glass cup, while someone explained hi-fi stereo too loudly. In the 1970s, it probably survived fondue night, which was just hot cheese with witnesses. In the 1980s, it may have been drafted for a church basement buffet and came home smelling faintly like ham salad and victory. At one point, I am convinced a kid used it to eat pickles straight from the jar. Later, somebody used it for canned peaches. Someone else called it the fancy little fork, which is how many useful things lose their official job title. Then came the drawer years. It lived beside twist ties, birthday candles, a corn holder missing its partner, and one mysterious key nobody was brave enough to throw away. The other forks whispered about the old days. Fork number 3 claimed it once met a maraschino cherry that fought back. Eventually the set went into a box, maybe after a move, maybe after a kitchen cleanout, maybe after someone said, "Do we need 8 tiny forks?" And another person said, "Obviously," and then packed them anyway. The box ended up in storage, where objects wait without explaining themselves. Holiday decor, extra dishes, old paperwork, and this tiny stainless dinner party squad, still ready for shrimp cocktail, olives, cheese cubes, or one very formal snack emergency. That is why storage unit finds are fun. The facts tell us what the object is. The design tells us what era it wanted to belong to, and the imagination fills in the rest. 8 small Oneida starburst forks. Practical, shiny, slightly dramatic, and still acting like the appetizer course is about to begin.